What if I told you there is a real life NZT48, but it's not a pill? It's something way more powerful than that, and they figured it out at this institute in the 1960s. To understand how to be limitless in real life, you first need to understand Esalen. Esalen was an institute created in the 1960s, and its goal was to make people limitless. It spawned something called the Human Potential Movement, which, as the name suggests, was created to maximize humans' ability to live at a high level. Michael Murphy and Dick Price started this place. They were influenced by Eastern and Western philosophy, and also probably psychedelic experiences where they caught glimpses of what was possible. So was this institute successful? Did they create a limitless person? No, they didn't. They never actually implemented this ideal, but the answer was right in front of them the whole time. So here it is. The real life NZT48 can be found in a mental model termed self-actualization. Maybe you've heard the term before. It was made popular by Abraham Maslow and also by Carl Rogers, who are regulars at Esalen. I'm going to describe what this is and the attributes of someone who is self-actualized, and also how you can get to that point yourself, which is both simple and extremely difficult, as you'll come to see. Self-actualization is very similar to enlightenment or moksha in Eastern philosophies. It's less religious though, and it is closer to what happens in Eddie Mora in Limitless. So the actual definition of self-actualization is this. It is a realization of one's talents and potentialities. A self-actualized person is someone who has close to fully realized his specific potential as a human. Abraham Maslow believed Albert Einstein and Henry David Thoreau were two examples of this. Finding your specific area in life is a whole other topic, but if you do know where you are supposed to go, how do you achieve self-actualization? I don't like to rely on Wikipedia too much for research, but whoever wrote the self-actualization page did a really good job. So let's look at this part specifically about the attributes of a self-actualized person. First thing on the list is efficient perceptions of reality. Self-actualizers are able to judge situations correctly and honestly. Comfortable acceptance of self and others, reliant on own experiences and judgment, independent, not reliant on culture and environment to form opinions and views, spontaneous and natural. They are task-centering, which means subjects had a mission to fulfill in life or some task or problem beyond themselves. Autonomy, freedom from reliance on external authorities, freshness of appreciation, constantly renew appreciation of life's basic goods. Sunsets, flowers, nature, just appreciation. Profound interpersonal relationships, comfort with solitude, non-hostile sense of humor. They didn't take themselves too seriously. Peak experiences, socially compassionate. Few friends. They actually have few close, intimate friends rather than many perfunctory relationships. Gemeinschaftsgefühl. So this is a German term which refers to social interest, community feeling, or a sense of oneness with all humanity. This is a very helpful list of attributes, but actually the first thing on here, efficient perception of reality, is all that you need. If you have this, all the rest of the things fall into place. It sounds simple, but it's true. If you can accurately judge reality, then you can do anything. Think about it. All of your failures in life, your shortcomings, didn't they come down to inaccurate assumptions and then the wrong series of actions taken? If you answer no to this and say, no, I was just unlucky, then you know you have a long way to go. You can look throughout history at the successes and failures of prominent figures, and you could see that everything is based on their accurate or inaccurate assessment of their reality. Napoleon Bonaparte assumed that his French army was strong enough to beat Russia with its vast empire and the harsh cold winters. This inaccurate assumption led him down the wrong path and ultimately to his ruin. Steve Jobs is a positive example. He saw that all the things around him were made by people no smarter than him, and that he could also provide something that was very useful to the world. And he saw an opportunity in personal computing. He saw the trend heading towards computers at home, and he simply got with his friend and they started building computers. And look where that led. What everything boils down to is your accurate assessment of reality and of yourself. If you can do this, you can unlock everything you need to in order to achieve any goal that was meant for you specifically. So the question is, how do we do this? How do we see reality for what it is? Understanding reality could necessitate reading a whole library of books, or it could be understood with one simple sentence. Let's stick with the simple sentence for now because that's all you need, actually. To accurately perceive reality and then realize your full potential, this is what you need to do. This is the sentence. You need to separate me from I. Mystics have been saying this for centuries, and I'll explain what this means. You are not your successes, your failures, your beliefs, your past, your future. You're none of that. When you realize your personality, your me, has been constructed, how you have been pre-programmed by your environment and by the collective unconsciousness, when you realize this, then and only then can you accurately perceive reality. So how does this look in practice? You need to be brutally honest with your false beliefs and your biases. You have to look at yourself and look at how you view the world completely honestly. And this is easier said than done. Are your beliefs right? Will success make you happy? Are you actually a creative person? Are you as good at problem solving as you think? Are you as unattractive as you believe? Every belief, both positive and negative, has to be reconsidered and tested. Assume that you know nothing. You need to empty your cup before you can fill it. Your I, your true self, comes from a place even deeper than thought. The me of you, your personality, is constructed of false beliefs and truths. It's a mix of both. You need to start deconstructing the me immediately. When you do this, everything starts to fall into place. If you can really understand yourself and your perception of reality, then you will understand everything around you. This is the way to becoming limitless. This is the way to becoming self-actualized. And if you're wondering if I have achieved self-actualization, heck no, I haven't. I'm still a lot of the times in the first stage of figuring out my false beliefs and my programming. I am on the journey just like you. Very few individuals will get to the final level of this self-actualization hierarchy, but it doesn't matter. As you progress towards this goal, your life improves dramatically. It's just worth it to make the steps to get there. Separate the me from the I. If you can do this, you don't need NZT48 to become limitless. All you need is your mind. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.